Spain bring the ball forward here, angling a high ball inside the penalty area, headed down, edge of the 6-yard box, blazed into the roof of the net. Ferran Torres with the goal, and that is a victory for football. Spain get it away, they turn it forward, and they are champions of the world. The full-time whistle goes, the Spanish bench empties, they race onto the field in delight, and the Argentinian players sink to their knees.
Yeah, Viva España, that's how it sounded on talkSPORT as Spain become world champions for just the second time in history. I enjoyed the biggest hate watch of my life. Honestly, I think back to watching Forest Derby. We've not played them in ages because they're stinking the championship out, but I absolutely love that, Coley. You're listening to the World Cup Sports Bar on talkSPORT, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app. Coley, before we head back to the phone lines.
Yeah, mate.
There were so many things tonight that were ridiculous. Argentina, the refereeing performance, the diving, Paredes having a scrap at the end of the game. Absolute wet.
How about the half-time?
Yeah, but this is what I was going to ask you.
Oh, go on then.
Half-time show, Coley. Let rip.
All right, so you had, who do we have out there? Shakira, Burna Boy,
Madonna.
Yeah, Justin Bieber. Let's talk about Justin Bieber, right? So we're gonna do this halftime show. He says, "All right, I'm gonna rock up." He rocks up with his guitar. He's got his guitar in his hand.
And you think, where's the band? Where's the dancers?
And he's singing a ballad, yeah. And I'm looking at him. I'm thinking, mate, what are you doing? Like, I don't know this song. I don't think anybody
in live lounge, acoustic set, in front of 80,000 people in the Big Apple.
Yeah, we needed a little bit of Baby Baby, or what's the other one? What
do you mean?
What do you mean? Like, we need some of that so people can relate to. He just sang a new release that no one knows. Yeah, come on, BB, you're better than that.
Look, 27 and a half minutes was how long halftime was. That's a disgrace in and of itself. We know that. We know it's a load of tosh. But if you're going to make football showbiz, at least do it well. They started with a clearly pre-recorded Madonna song.
Oh, yeah.
I know. It was like Mario Kart Double Dash with Ronaldo just sat there smiling. And they've had Justin Bieber playing a song nobody knows with a guitar that's not tuned properly. And then, I mean, we don't mind a bit of Shakira, really, but Shakira was the only highlight. But we could have had that in a 15-minute
decent. Although Burna Boy was trying to get a bit too close, you know what I mean? He's trying to get a wine. He's only.
And also the irony of having the Muppets there, puppets there.
Oh, what was that about?
In Gianni Infantino's World Cup halftime.
They've overdone it, didn't they?
It was shocking, absolutely shocking. The whole Spain saved it. Yeah. Because it was a dark day for football until Ferran Torres, the absolute beauty, came up.
And let's talk about. Hold on. We've got to talk about at the end when they're lifting up the trophy. What's Donald Trump? What's Donald Trump doing? Like, he's trying to get a photo up again. He tried to do it with Chelsea, like in the Club World Cup. Now he's trying to do it at the World Cup, trying to be. Listen, and then Infantino, whatever his name is, Gianni, yeah. He's there scrambling across with his white trainers and suit on, yeah? With his white train, unforgivable clubber, yeah? You can't be coming up with white trainers and a suit, bro. Like, this is the World Cup final. Everyone has made an effort. You're coming with your trainers. Who are you?
If you're watching on YouTube, it's on the screen. Unforgivable clubber from Gianni Infantino. And the best bit was just him scuttling.
How about when Rodri's just saying, listen, get off then?
They're both holding the trophy like they're both holding a newborn baby at a baptism or something. And then they give it. Trump clearly goes off in the wrong direction. Infantino goes left. Trump goes right.
Look at Rodri.
Rodri's like, yeah, get on your way, son.
Get off.
But then just before Rodri lifts the trophy, Infantino sees that he's not within, a Rizzler paper of Donald Trump that he's been man-marking for the last 6 months.
God.
Giving him peace prizes and all that nonsense. And so he scores off, runs across the stage.
Oh.
I mean, that was just a picture of the World Cup. I mean, it was hilarious. And I thought the Spanish boys did well to wait for them to get to the right so they could celebrate.
Well, I think he got a little bit of a photo op. He got a little bit of it, and then Gianni scuttled across and got him off in the end. But, mate, it's just Mickey Mouse, isn't it? It's Mickey Mouse. No one wants to see Donald Trump doing that with a World Cup win. And he has got nothing to do with Spain. Yeah. He's got nothing to do with Spain. Get off the
But, mate,
stage.
do you know,
You've given out the medals. Go home.
While we're on the topic of the disgraceful Americanization of the beautiful game, the whole thing from start to finish, it's like 3.5. It was like a Super Bowl game. It's just shocking.
No, that's what they wanted. That's what they was planning for, because they want to get their money's worth. They want to get the commercials in there. They want to get everything there suited to them. And look, at the end of the day, they probably think it was a job well accomplished. Yeah, it's done, because now they said, oh well, we've got what we want out of it. But now it's about FIFA. Let's get back to normal. Yeah. Let's get back to
the roots.
Let's get back to the roots, and thank God Spain won today.
Speaking of getting back to the roots, let's get back to the roots of this great show, the Sports Bar. Straight back to the phone lines. Larry, Arsenal fan. Good morning, mate. Thanks for calling.
Oh, sorry. Great show, guys. Great energy.
Cheers, Larry, mate. What do you make of tonight? Are you buzzing like us, Viva España and all that?
So pleased for football. So pleased.
I was sweating for a little while, though. I was sweating.
But I mean, the thing is, there's some great lessons that England can take from this. I mean, they didn't get rattled by the Argentinians.
Yeah.
They were rattling them, they were fouling them, and they kept calm.
Yeah.
That is a crucial lesson. I mean, there's a couple of points I just had to say tonight, guys, about what I saw. I mean, the first thing is the goal that was disallowed, that should never have been disallowed.
Oh, my gosh.
Shocking.
Shocking, mate.
Like, it's just kind of little lessons. So when Jed Spence, basically the goal that went in,
I said this. Yeah,
you said the same.
it was exactly the same when Messi stepped on his foot.
Yeah, he should have made a meal of it.
But he just limped around. So just little lessons from that.
Yeah.
That there's certain times to go down. But I think there's another crucial thing. You know, a lot of the coverage has been about England need a little something to get over the line. Mm-hmm. But what England needs is to think about youngsters. Now, Max Dowman, these type of youngsters like Lamine Yamal, he's now won a World Cup and a Euros, and he's 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to see him at the Euros, Coley? Max Dowman?
For me, now, because he's gonna get to that age. I just think this one came a little bit too early. He just come out of school doing his GCSEs, so I just thought this one is a little bit too early, a year early for him. Yeah, and he needed a bit more game time.
But you look at Spain and the way that they've always celebrated Yamal. Even though he's in the back, though he's in the front pages for some of the parties that go off the rails, he's a bit of a party. But I'm not criticising him. Yeah. What I'm saying is they don't have a problem, Spain, of building up their young players, their best players, and not dragging them back down. Yeah. And I worry for Max Dowman if he comes in, and I want him to be.
You know the first hand what we do to our stars. We've seen some of the times when the tabloids get hold of Jude Bellingham, they want to create a rift between Tuchel. And so there's something in the camp that they can grab onto and say, that's not right. It doesn't need to be like that. Let's lift our players up now. We've gone through it's not worked. That tactic hasn't worked. No. Don't we want to lift up something as a nation? So the tabloids and the media need to be on side. Yeah,
one thing I would say about Jude Bellingham is I think the fans are unequivocal about him, particularly after this World Cup.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
He's our best player. Yeah. He's world class. Yeah. He's golden balls. Build a team around Jude Bellingham. And that goal he scored yesterday was unbelievable. We're going to go to Tony, the Palace fan.
He's 23 as well. It's only 23.
Yeah, he's a wee babby John. Tony, what do you reckon? And what do you make of this in terms of England and what this final means for England? Could they have done it?
I wanted you to do it. Like I've told you before, I've spoke to Cole, I've spoke to yourself. I thought this was England's time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought Thomas Tuchel, the way with Bellingham dropping him and saying, like, prove to me that you deserve to be here. Look what he done. Like, he put him on a pedestal and he was brilliant. Like, it's actually one of the best solo performances that I've seen in at least 2 or 3 year games, you know. But why I was phoning was, you know, it is a victory for football tonight.
Without a doubt.
Like, absolutely disgusted in Argentina. You know, like, we want to win it for Messi. Well, you lost it for yourself because you're disgusting.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely disgusting.
Tony, I could not agree more with you, mate. I think that they were an absolute disgrace, and that's why we're all so delighted that Spain have won.
Think about it.
Joe is a West Brom fan. Yeah. Joe, could England have beaten this Spain side?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, telling you, man.
I think Argentina were an embarrassment to football. I think what we saw today was, I think more to do with the way Tuchel got a lot of criticism for the semi-final, but we could have done it the way he would have set us up. I think it would have suited us.
Who do you blame? Who do you blame for? Do you blame the players or do you blame Tuchel for what happened to England?
It's a mix of both, innit? I think the way we set up, I think the substitutions didn't help.
Yeah.
I think players have got to take a lot of the hit for it. I think Tuchel's proved it in the way he manages. I think he knows how to win, but I also think the substitutions did kill us against Argentina, and I think the way Argentina performed today was similar to Freiburg against Villa. I think they offered nothing.
Yeah.
I think it was an absolute... It's just a one-sided game. It's like a training exercise, wasn't it?
Joe, couldn't agree more, mate. Thanks so much for your call. Coley, before we break, do you keep Tuchel?
Look, Tuchel's an elite manager. We know that. He got that decision wrong, and it cost us ultimately. What's happened in that game? Everything was going swimmingly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For me, as soon as we got the goal, we went back to that never say die kind of attitude. Leave it out on the pitch like the previous games, how we won games.
That Mexico game, for example.
Dan Burn, all that spirit, all the patriotic. Leave it out on the pitch, die, put your head on the line, all of that sort of stuff. But we didn't need to do that at that stage. Yeah, it was too early.
Not for half an hour.
So what the players done automatically once we'd gone up, they started to sit back and started to invite the pressure on, right? Now, Tuchel, what he should have done, and this is what I'm not saying that I would have done it if I was in his place because the pressure is high. But what he should have done, he should have put and sent a message to the players, put an attacking player. If you're going to take someone off, put an attacking player on. You're going the other way.
Mm-hmm.
But what he's done, he's put on defenders, and he's endorsed what the players were doing anyway.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the right thing to do. We needed to attack. And what showed us that was when we went up 1-0 up against France yesterday, and then we went again.
And again.
And again.
And even
because we're going the other way. That's the best form of defence, going out, having the ball in their half. So it just showed us up yesterday a little bit, and that's what I was disappointed about.
Yeah.
But I think Tuchel will learn from that. He'll know that he's made that mistake, and now he knows the psychology of the team too. So now we're gonna have to go forward when we're up. You know what I mean? When we're 1-0 up, we're going again. We're not gonna sit back.
So you're backing Tuchel to stay.
We're gonna have to. But look, chopping and change is not gonna save anything. But we're gonna have to.
What if Pep's in the wings? Come on, Cole. Levels to this game, mate.
There is levels to this. But yeah, good thing we've got a break coming up, mate. So I don't have to answer that.
Plenty more still to come with me, Max Scott, alongside Carlton Cole, who don't want to answer the question, Pep or Tuchel. You can let us know, 03717223344. You're listening to the World Cup Sports Bar on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.